Thousands of ultra-Orthodox men clash with police in central Jerusalem. This after Israel's highest court issued an order for them to begin enlisting for military service. Military service is mandatory for most Jewish men and women in Israel. Politically powerful ultra-Orthodox parties want exemptions for their followers to skip military service. Instead, they study in religious seminaries. And joining us now to talk more about all of this is Rabbi Yaakov Menken, Managing Director of the Coalition for Jewish Values. Rabbi Menken, great to be with you again. A lot to unpack, but for those who may not know, tell us why military service is compulsory in Israel and why the ultra-Orthodox community had been exempt from it up until now.
Well, thanks so much for having me back. And obviously a divinity exemption for those engaged in religious studies is a normal thing. That was part of the draft in the United States. Israel is, of course, faced with existential threats. It is being consistently attacked by very hostile forces that would not only eradicate the country, but eradicate all the Jews who live within it. So there really is a demand, and a legitimate demand, that every Jewish person should contribute to that common defense. The real reason for the conflict, and this has begun with the beginning of the state, is that there were religious scholars studying Judaism in Israel, of course, long before there was a country. And we honestly, sincerely believe, as an article of faith, that religious studies offer their own protection, that people are actually protected from harm because people are engaged in these studies. And so from the religious community, the belief is that to take these students out of their religious studies and put them in the army would actually harm the defense of the country, not enhance it. And that's exactly why they are opposing it.
Yeah, and tell us a little bit more about how it could affect this community's lifestyle.
Well, you see, there's a legitimate clash there between two perspectives. One is, of course, a secular community that does not believe that religious studies have that same value, and they want to see the religious people participate in the defense, participate in the army. And there are actually plenty of soldiers from Haredi backgrounds, including many who are still Orthodox and observant, but yet a lot of people within the community, people don't understand the diversity of thought and opinion the same way as in the Catholic Church. There's different rituals and different rites. Because the Jewish community is so built upon religious practices, there's different standards of kosher, there's different times for ending the Sabbath, etc. There's a very great deal of things to accommodate, such that the defense minister himself said that quotas in this case are actually very harmful, a very bad idea, because the army is not prepared to bring in the numbers that the Supreme Court has now announced it must. The IDF is simply not prepared to handle those numbers. So actually, from a practical perspective, this is really a non-starter.
Yeah, and obviously, I mean, this is causing a lot of uproar in Israel. What would happen to those that don't comply?
Well, obviously they're threatening actual jail time. And there may be students who will be willing to be jailed rather than go into the army, because again, when it's a matter of sincere belief, and you see from the gleeful reactions here, from the fact that the ultra-left, unelected Supreme Court made a decision like this, specifically overriding the government's concerns, overriding the defense minister, and the tenor, again, of the articles that have been written since, that really what they're trying to do is attack and denigrate the Orthodox lifestyle and the fact that they do believe Torah study is of such great value. So they've turned it from a situation of a legitimate dispute over what is best for the country to a unprovoked, deliberate attack on the religious community, as if Israel didn't have enough wars going on right now. So it's kind of obvious that the Haredi community, faced like a threat like that, will not comply.
All right, we have to leave it right there. Rabbi Menken, always good to be with you. Thank you so much for your insights.
Thank you.